Well, have you started creating your petals or leaves yet? I hope you've jumped in and are working along with me. Uh, Last video, I did this one, and if you remember that one, that was my first petal. And I am putting batting on the back, just a little smaller than the petal itself. And the way I do that is I get the petal designed, you might say, and you can do it even before that. And I take my scissors and I put them at an angle and I cut around the petal, and that makes sure that I cut the batting smaller than the shape that I'm working on, keeping that scissors at an angle and tucked right under the edge of the petal. Then as I go around, it will cut that batting the shape I want it to be, but a little smaller than my shape. Let's see. So you see that works pretty good. That's what I needed to do. So that's how I do that. Now this one's already done. This petal is ready, and this one's a little more simpler. I've got two here that are very busy, and I really like to make about 3 real busy ones and then 3 that are visually interesting but not quite as heavy or packed with different things. So that gives me a little bit, again, a different look as I put them around. Now also, I've got one leaf here that I'm working with, and again, when we make these individually, it keeps everything, to be original, and we're not just repetitively doing the exact same thing, which is going to be very boring in this flower if you do that. And but what I'm trying to say is that when we get through and we get them placed and on, doesn't mean we can't add more items. Once we get all the petals and everything the flower made, put it on the thing, and then we can kind of see what the symmetry and balance is. Do we need more doodads, fluffs, glitz? What is it that we need? More texture, more color? Just so we have time to tweak this. Just whatever we end up with. This can be finished, or it might not necessarily be finished, depending on how it looks when I get it arranged. Okay. So now what I try to do is kind of start out in the middle with whatever color that's there, and get that sewed down, secured. And so in this case, the middle is kind of a wheat color. And I'm going to use that color, I think, to also sew down this little centerpiece of gold. I wanted a little bit of gold in here, and so that little bit of touch of gold. And I like just the hint of blue that's in it. I think that's good because there's blue in the leaf fabric, as well as purple and green. And so a little bit of blue here and there keeps the composition, the color making sense around the piece. Now when you're sewing this, if you don't want your stitches to show so much, then match your threads to what you're sewing with. Take smaller stitches, and do it like that. But if you want your threads to show, then, you know, just stitch it the way you want to. And me, I like it both ways. I don't have a whole lot of threads showing on this one, just a little bit where I wanted it. And but this one is going to be more, a little bit more scrappy looking. Let's see, where am I? Working along this outside of this gold piece, I'm picking up a little bit of that silver glitzy fabric that I have. You see it in almost everything because I absolutely love it. And I'm about to run out of it, and so far I haven't been able to find some more. So if anybody knows where I might find this stuff, I haven't seen it around the stores where I'm at least the ones that I can get to. Since I'm very limited on walking, I can't get out and really shop like I could probably find it if I could do that, but may have to resort to looking online because I use it a lot. That little bit of silver glitz, it doesn't fight with anything, but it gives that little bit of bling and glitz when you want it. Okay, I could take that one out. Okay, I can come over and I have a little, look at this. You talk about a scrap. Now that's a scrap, but I'm using it because it was just perfect to run along this edge over here. Let's just have to like, you know how we fussy cut? Well, sometimes we fussy sew. Just little pieces where we need them to be, and that's kind of how it is when you're putting little petals together and little fabric art vignettes. You have to do a little fussy sewing to get the little pieces where you want them. Let's see, now that one needs to fold in just a little bit. Okay, let's see. We got that one on there. Let's look at what else I have here. I, of course, have my purple background. Then I put a large piece of woven fabric, kind of straight half edge, and then I put a piece of this lavender lace here. on the other side. Both of those allow some of the color to come through from the petal color. So that, I wanted to keep that, so that's good. Now, I've got a little bit of trim, dyed trim here, little flower and little leafy things here. Then I put this piece of gold and then that silver piece. And then I took a little bit of other dyed lace. Just along the edges, I had some scrappy pieces. And put that along there. And so when I get all that on there, I think I'm going to be real happy with that. And I think that's probably going to be enough at this point. I'll be satisfied with that. Where are we? Let's go up here, and well, we've got this neutral color. Let's get this sewn on. You ever have days when you feel like your fingers don't work right? You're all thumbs and no fingers? Today has been one of those days. Okay, we got that one down. We could probably come over here and catch this flower while we're at it. Get this flower. Let's take that off. And don't forget that we still have to sew the petal to the background fabric, so we will be going around the outside of these petals. So if some things are really close, they might get caught there too. So, keep that in mind. You don't have to double sew an area if you think it's going to get caught in the next process. When you're putting these together, sometimes it really doesn't matter so much what you're using. If it's got color, texture, it all starts to blend together as you're making these. If you get enough on there. Now, if you don't get enough, it'll just stick out odd looking. But when you get enough that it's really compositionally balanced, looks full without being too heavy, then you've got it what you needed there. Okay, I'm going to tie this one off right here. Okay, that's beginning to look good, isn't it? As we can get some of those pins out of there, that will look better and better. All right, are you getting excited? Isn't it fun to make each petal its own little work of art? That is so fun. And then when you blend them in into one flower, it's so unique. It's just beautiful. All right, I'm going to be working on sewing these, and then when in the next video I'll be designing some more petals and some more leaves, and we'll continue with this 6-petal Bohemian flower. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and please, if you haven't already, subscribe and hit that notification bell. You don't want to miss anything. Take care and be scrap happy.